This outside edge skating video is a little bit longer than most because, like with our first inside edge video, much of our focus is going to be based on balance and control. So crossover steps, outside edge only, trying to find that outside edge, no glide, no inside edge, heel over toe. So I want shoulders up, two hands on my stick, stick right out front. Now the next variation is to go a little bit quicker. And again, we're still trying not to get glide, all outside edge. It's important to gain an understanding as to how edges help us for both grip and glide. Where the inside edge usually generates more power and is more comfortable for glide, it's also important to identify outside edge grip and glide as well. To be able to push off using our outside edge is going to be very beneficial when it comes to transition movements. To be able to glide on our outside edge, it's also going to allow us to generate momentum and control while turning. So the next variation is to let those steps evolve into pushes and glides. Coming back, bro, start with steps. Now turn them into glides. Really lean and get on that outside edge. I could hear your outside edge pushing. The next progression is to turn those outside edge glides into bigger outside edge glides with control. And again, I want two hands on my stick, stick right out front. That's gonna isolate my upper body as nice and quiet while my lower body is gliding. Might look something like this. Start off this variation by working your way down the ODR, stopping at the end and then working your way back, with a quiet upper body and a controlled glide. Once comfortable with that outside edge glide, try to crack the ice with an outside edge push. Again, in comparison to the inside edge, this push is going to be a lot weaker, but just as important. So here I'm watching to see if Luke has his stick right out front and how much he's leaning on his outside edge. The third and final progression as part of this outside edge drill sequence is to try and glide and ride that outside edge up the ODR and back, including while turning and changing directions. Being able to crack the ice with outside edge pushes between each crossover is going to generate the momentum necessary to maintain glide with as little friction as possible. Much of these outside edge pushes are going to come from your ones and your twos. This final progression is a great mix of both grip for push and glide for stride.